to the Friday, December 23rd episode of Morning Coffee and Chat. What a morning. My God. I managed to get up just as the cold front hit. I watched the temperature go from 7 degrees in the positive and watched it gradually drop about every 45 seconds to a minute 10 down to negative 7. And so far it's been going up and down between negative 2 and negative 7 since 4:30 a.m. We're sitting at negative 5 right now. Blizzard conditions. Didn't get a lot of snow overnight, but the big part's supposed to hit today. Good morning, Katie. Good to see you. Hope you're doing well. Well, Tony. Tony Lee. Of course, there's Tony York right there. Good to see you. Frosty morning, bud. You said it right. Let me go on. I got the light thrown up there. We'll throw this little shenanigan up here. And we're gonna share this puppy out real like. I've got to come up with a new setup. I got to find some way to suspend this camera or something. So I quit looking around it to see what I'm doing. I guess that's what happens when you use a television for a monitor to be able to see it because you're blind. Good morning, Jay. Waiting to sled into work. Not sure if going out at all. I don't even know if the wife's car is going to start. It chugs at 15 degrees. But with our ambient temperature at -5, -6, -7, plus the wind chill, I got no clue if her car's even going to start. I told her as soon as we get the money, we need to invest in a cold cranking battery. And I had the extra money. Let me see here. -8 with a wind chill, -30. I would say the way the wind's been blowing, we're probably in the -20 range here. It is not looking like it's going to be a very active day. -7 this morning down there. Brought the dogs in last night. Dude, I'm telling you what, Steph has been so adamant about not wanting both of the outside kittens in here because, well, they're not ours, but the neighbor don't take care of them. And the mother just had a brand new litter like 3 weeks ago, and we're pretty sure they're not going to survive. But they're over in the garage and on the neighbor's property, and I'm not going to meddle. But the two that adopted us, we brought them both in last night. Left all the cats out to run through the house. Of course, you know, Mr. Ralph, he had to come in there and get his morning love at 3:30. I gave him a kiss, rubbed his head, pushed him off the bed. And then I got up. But yeah, we brought both the kittens in last night. So we got 4 of the little monsters running around the house now. 2 of them, brother and sister, that, you know, just want to play and roughhouse and fight and play. So it's been a very cool morning running through the house, watching them. And good morning, Mr. Dog. I hope you're doing well this morning. Let's see here. Oh, brought the dogs in last night. Dogs wanted out this morning, so I took them out about 20 seconds, and they ran back in. Went to get the snow shovel out. Forgot it's still in the shed, frozen in. Oh, God. Yes, it is Shanty Claus. Or Shabby Claus. I mean, however you want to say it. But yeah, it's definitely a brisk morning. We got probably 3 inches, but I can't imagine what it's like out in the country. Um, I've been watching on and off since I woke up, got out of bed, and we've had some. I mean, here in town, it's been blowing so hard. I mean, you could barely see the neighbor's house across the street. Um, if they didn't have their lights on and everything on the outside of the house, we wouldn't be able to see it all that clear. As a matter of fact, it's blowing so hard you can see it blowing down the driveway right here between the house and the privacy fence. So that tells me if I'm looking out this way, it's definitely. I really honestly kind of hope that the wife can't get her car started. Hold on a second. Gonna ask me questions during the live stream. Last time I seen her up was 10 minutes after 5. No, she did not have her pills this morning. Oh, we got maybe two. Don't look bad from what I can see. Had a plow truck come by at 2:30 a.m. Must have been lost. It's amazing how that works, isn't it? We've had them going up and down the road, up and down the road, up and down the road. I'm surprised they've not got half the town woke up already. But yeah, they knew this was coming. They canceled school yesterday. As a matter of fact, by lunchtime, the school had already sent out the telephone message to all the parents that they were canceling school for today. So hey, the kids get 2 weeks and a day Christmas break. I mean, Tennessee actually canceled school at 10 a.m. Tuesday for the rest of the week because they just didn't want to take a chance. They pre-soaked the roads with the enzyme, and that way anything that fell was just going to melt. So I have yet to hear a truck out here. Oh, but yep, it's been a very interesting morning. I've been enjoying it, watching the snow blow. Yesterday we had little spotches of snow everywhere. This thing hit within 20 minutes. We had complete ground and road cover. So it's going to be very interesting. We may not have a family Christmas this year. We would actually really kind of prefer with the brand new baby that her son and his fiance do not try to make that 45-minute trip, um, especially Christmas Eve, and then turn around and do it again on Christmas Day. So it may very well just be me, the wife, the daughter, and grandma. Because I don't even know if her mom is going to want to get out in this stuff. Well, no. No, we'll have her friends come over. The chef and his wife, they'll be over here. At least they better be over because he's bringing the deviled eggs. Cannot have a Thanksgiving. Cannot have a Christmas without deviled eggs. Building with the boys. Welcome, welcome. Good afternoon to you too. Well, it's still morning here. It's 10 after 8 a.m., but good morning where you're at, or good afternoon where you're at. At -4. Temperature just keeps going up and down, up and down. 1 p.m. Okay. All right, so you're over across the pond. Gotcha. 6 people watching, 3 likes, make sure it's Hey G, good to see you. Hope you're doing good. Merry Christmas, my friend. Merry Christmas. Hope you're doing well. Yeah, I don't even know. Let me see here if it shows up here what the wind chill is. Um, um, nope. Sure isn't. Sure isn't. Are you and Jamie going to be together for Christmas, G? Or is she still back home waiting on something to happen with the insurance? I don't know if this is going to show the wind chill or not. Oh, oh, wind chill right now -26. Our wind chill right now is -26. Our ambient temperature is -2. Burr. I'm kind of guessing her car is not going to start this morning. Dude, I am so sorry. I am so sorry. I did not know with all the conflicts and stuff that's been going on a lot of my chats that I have been, or a lot of my live streams that I watch. I've been going in, I've been sharing my love, and I've been going back out because too many people out there that I care about that were at odds with each other, too many people I respect, too many people I consider friends, and I really just kind of pulled away from a lot of live streams and stuff. You know, no, I still care about everybody the same. That never changed, but I will not. Yeah, I'm so sorry. Okay, I'm just glad I found out. True friends, and it happened before New Year's. That's all that matters. It can stay in 2022. It can. It can. And it's just really, really surprising because the one or two times that her and I had a chance to talk, all she did was held you up high. So that really, really shocks me. There must have been a lot of deception there going in all different directions because she had the wool pulled over my eyes, quite literally. But like you said, it's good that it happened before New Year's, and that's just one more thing that could be left in the old year and start fresh for the new. Don't forget, guys, tonight, 7 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time, we have got a special video premiere. It actually originally started off as a 1949 radio program for CBS Radio. But y'all know I can't just put a picture of a radio on a screen and play something. I had to make it interesting. And it's going to be um, the 1949 E.G. Marshall, A Christmas Carol. And of course, you know, me, Harry, my Raven, are all going to be in here together. It's going to be good. I'm thinking about taking a break from live stream due to health. Yeah, I seen you up there yesterday. I think it was yesterday with KG for a little bit. Um, you sound better. You look better. Not your old self yet, but you sound and look a little better. It hit me for one day, man. The wife was down for 4. She missed 3 days of work. The fourth day was her scheduled day off. The night she started to recover, it hit me, which was Tuesday night. Wednesday, I was sicker than stomped horse manure. If you can imagine what horse manure looks like by the end of the parade, after it was dropped at the beginning of the parade, that's how I felt all day Wednesday. Stomach was upset, real bad headaches, muscle aches. All I wanted to do was sleep. I got up at 3, laid back down at 6, woke up at noon, woke up at 5 p.m., ate dinner, crawled back in bed at 9:30, and got up at 2 o'clock in the morning, fit as a fiddle and ready to play. So it may have kicked her booty, but didn't kick mine. The word plane not even out. Memphis shit. Good luck with that, bud. They are suspending and canceling several flights today. I seen that on the news this morning. There are several airports in the Midwest that are not even allowing planes to fly out. So good luck. Good luck. Hopefully, if you go in, you have work to go. I got to go get the car cleaned off for the wife and get it started for her. Santa's work is never done. I guess that's going to be my gift for her to her for the day. So, besides, like I said, we don't even know if it's going to start. So you guys talk real nice amongst yourselves for a minute, and I'll be right back. We'll see if this old thing starts. COVID's got me having Nasty taste in my mouth. It will. Lady C, good morning. I'm not going to button up. I'm insulated enough. I'll be back. Joy to the world. All right. I think I'm back, guys. Wow. Cigar stayed lit out there. Amazing. All right. Now let me catch up here real quick. I got a lot of catching up to do. Oh. Um. Wow. No, it wasn't a potty break. Believe me, there ain't nothing to potty out of right now. I think that sucker turned into a tail. Minus 30 degrees, ice, quarter of an inch thick all over the car. I'm sitting here trying to scrape that stuff off. I told her, I said, you better wait another 10 or 15 minutes because I barely dented that ice. There was almost 5 inches of snow stuck to the passenger side of the car, and she's got it over away from the wind. Oh man, just could have flew. Feel like I stand Pepsi about a month. Let's see here. Most things didn't notice. Switched to ginger ale and root beer for a while. Should have went to the potty beforehand. I was trying to start the car. And I didn't know. These hands, even with my insulated leather gloves on, these hands ain't going anywhere near that region. It will become a tail. Hey Cheryl, good to see you. Oh, I love it. Don't get me wrong. Don't get me wrong. I love this kind of weather. Yes, here in the garage, there ain't a flake or crystal on the Suburban. Well, see, that's what I would like to do out here is dispose of these two crappy little sheds and actually put in a garage. I want to, before it's all said and done, I want to enclose the back deck and make it like a Four Seasons room, and then put the garage over on the other side of it. So you just open the next door over and walk straight down into the garage, and boom, there's no more scraping cars or being in the wind or anything. So I've had her parking along this side of the house facing north and south, because normally when she pulls in and the front of the car faces the west, and that's where we've had most of the problem with cars starting. So I had her start parking north south along the house, and it didn't help. That stuff blew and drifted right over the car. I actually slept in the Suburban last night. Well, I mean, the doggies do require supervision. Oh. I don't know if she's going to make it to work. The car actually did start, though, somehow, some way. Didn't act like it was going to, but she just kind of give me that burr, 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 burr. This dog requires constant supervision. Well, you can't teach an old dog new tricks, but by God, they discover cool things on their own all the time. You've never heard of a Catahoula? Man, I'm back inside the house. The thermostat's set on 74 degrees. I still don't have any feeling in my fingers. And like I said, I had on calf hide insulated work gloves. And yeah, that wind chewed right through them. Thank God I had on all this when I went out there. Good morning, Sarah. Hope you're doing well this morning.
Love you.
Giving me a kiss.
I'm trying.
Be very, very careful.
No shit. Oh my god. Obviously. No, I'm gonna drive 75.
Wouldn't surprise me.
Oh my god.
That's snow stuck in my mustache.
Yes, it is. It's melting though.
Yeah.
She's melting.
She's smelting.
She's melting. Okay, love you.
Let me know when you get there. She got called in early. She wasn't supposed to leave here until 9:30. Got called in early because everybody else called off. Some of them only live 2 miles away from the casino, so they called her. Hey, Chris, good to see you, brother. Hope you're doing well. -7 with about 6 inches. We got about 5.5, 6 inches out there right now. Our temperature right now is -4. Wind chill is -30. Good morning, Jan. Good to see you. Yeah, Jay said he was going to try to sled his way into work, and but the plane hadn't even left Memphis yet. And I told him they may not have deliveries today. A lot of the airports have canceled all incoming and outgoing flights until this thing passes. Oh, ham steak and eggs for breakfast. Now that sounds good. Oh, you only got an inch? My goodness. Yeah, we don't have a lot on like the table and stuff out here on the back deck. Maybe 2.5 inches. But I'll tell you what, when you get on the ground and you especially start walking around any obstacles, like when I went and cleaned the car off a few minutes ago, yeah, there's 5.5, 6 inches out there around the car. And ice, my God, there's ice. He just left. I told him I don't know how he's going to get down any of the hills to get there. Yeah, because, well, it's like I told Steph. I went out there and cleaned the car off and everything and started trying to scrape the ice, that was under the snow. I couldn't even make a dent in it. That ice is 1/4 inch thick. So I told her, let the car defrost before you go out there and expect to drive because you can't see out the windows. We didn't get near the amount of snow they were calling for. Yeah, we thought it was going to hit a lot heavier than what it did here. And they were talking about there were some locations where this thing was dropping like almost a foot an hour. And here it's snowed since 4 o'clock, 4:10 yesterday. And we've got like 6 inches. But as light of a snow as it is, it's blowing and it's drifting. You know, when I was on the other side of the car, I seen little tiny drifts, 8, 10 inches high. So that might be where a lot of our depth is going, is it's blowing and drifting. Had two raccoons running in the house last night. I guess they were cold. Should have let them in. Should have let them in. Always, always put the other little creatures first. Besides that, my ex-father-in-law had a real good friend that had a pet raccoon. He said it was the best pet he ever had. Definitely the cleanest. Our roads are narrow. I can picture him going sideways down. Storm warning in effect here till 6 p.m. tomorrow, but that is due to cold and wind. Yeah, that's ours is in effect. They changed ours from 10 a.m. tomorrow till 7 p.m. But then the lake effect snow starts, and it's lake effect clear through Monday. Make a little shelter for them. They need your help. My mom and dad had a pet raccoon, weighed 125 pounds. Wow. Yeah. Yeah, even with the four-wheel drive, that was a big problem my dad had with his 77 F-250. It was great getting through snow, but ice, no. There's many times I remember my dad coming up the road, and he would hit areas where it was slick or where the road was drifted shut. He'd get out, lock in the hubs, get inside, shift it into 4 low, and take off across the fields. Come right up across our yard. God, my mom used to yell at him for that. He'd be sitting there spinning snow, blowing snow everywhere, just drive straight across the field, straight across the yard and up against the garage, plug that sucker in, and that was it. As the lakes there ever get so cold, you can skate. No. Now, not our Great Lakes, but our lakes, like we have two of them here in town. We have Stone Lake and we have Diamond Lake. Stone Lake, yes. People skate on it, people ice fish. Um, Pretty much the whole lake freezes over. Stone Lake. Diamond Lake has got just large areas that freeze, and people will go out there and ice fish as well. Um, so my baby is staying tucked in the garage, all nice and clean. It's all-wheel drive. It's a fact. The belly dragged the vet, put him in the computer as a cat become legally treat wild animal for a private citizen. It's always a good thing. My aunt had a raccoon at her house in Lexington. Used to like sliding down the laundry chute to the basement. I ice skated on the local pond when I was 6, 7 once. Never had I been so cold. Really good driving Big Red in the snow, just keeping my fingers crossed. Definitely so. A job that had me cut holes in the ice on the lake for ice skaters. Why would you cut holes in the lake for ice skaters? I mean, did they want these poor people to fall through the ice? My dad ice fied be worth that. The ice would break on the lake. Oh, to measure the ice thickness. I got you. Did my ice fishing already this year was in July. Just wow, just dropped 2 more degrees. -6. Gonna be an interesting couple days. All right, come on. Come on. Feeling back in the fingers. Feeling back in the fingers. That sounded nefarious. Oh wow, 6 inches. I don't even think ours gets that thick. Not regularly, but it's a guarantee. It's a guarantee by Monday. People will already be down the lake. It'll only be like 3 inches thick. I guarantee people will be down there ice fishing come Monday. 5 pounds of ice, dump in the lake, and fish. That's ice fishing. Then again, I always considered ice fishing as regular fishing, and then you throw your catch on ice. That's kind of ice fishing. Might be a good idea to get the fire going. Yeah, insurance. Yeah, this is a public access lake, so if you don't carry your own insurance, you may be SOL. Actually, I can't wait until January when they have the ice fishing tournament again. We do that every year out here. You'll have probably 30, 40 guys come out there and set up their little shanties and stuff like that on the lake, and they have an ice fishing tournament out here every year. There's some pretty big fish in that lake. Ah, City Park, gotcha. That explains a lot. I'm going to sit down today. Well, as soon as we get done with the ice cream, I'm going to go out and I'm going to make some peanut butter cookies, and I'm going to make some peppermint sugar cookies. Then I'm going to sit down. I'm going to watch Christmas shows all day long because my daughter's out of school. We're going to sit down and watch some good shows together. See if we can find the old Frosties and Rudolph and Year Without a Santa Claus and um, oh God, what else? 'Twas the Night Before Christmas. All those old Rankin Bass claymation stop photography type movies. Um, 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 If you do, let me know where you find them. Oh, I will. I will. Yep. Rudolph. I've already found Rudolph's Shiny New Year. I found Frosty the Snowman, Winter Wonderland, when he gets Mrs. Frosty. Um, but like just Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer and um, Frosty the Snowman, stuff like that I've not found yet. So I gotta tear into these different channels, see what I can find. All those are on Showbox. I just watched Nestor the Long-Eared Christmas Donkey. Yeah, I seen that on what was that on last night? Freebie. 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 They've got a few on there, but not a lot. Especially the ones I grew up with, back in the late 60s, early 70s. Moose Knuckle, what's up, bud? Hope you're doing well, man. Not frozen over yet or anything like that. Yep, I didn't think I'm not going to be able to make as many as I like to make, but I done an inventory last night after dinner and found out that I had enough stuff to make a little bit. So I figured, why not? Why not? If everybody's able to show up on Sunday, that's just going to be an extra sweet something to follow dinner up with. If nobody's able to show up because of the weather, means I got cookies to have with milk for a few days after. Not to mention Santa don't like those old store-bought cookies. He wants fresh stuff waiting for him. 16 degrees with high winds. You're warmer than we are, bud. We're sitting at -6 right now, wind chill -30. Believe me, I just went out and cleaned off the wife's car because she got called in early. I know. They aren't exaggerating. Got to take the wife Christmas shopping. She better get me something good. The first store, the next store we go till she was walking home from it. Good morning, Santee. Hope you're doing good. Good morning to you too, you Christmas cactus living room loving, dusty hat wearing. You guys put up a Christmas tree in the Southwest, or you just string lights around one of them there um, big cacti and call that a Christmas tree? Um, Deep south of Georgia. Yeah, I actually talked to Fishing yesterday for a little bit, and he's out in North Georgia, and he said it was chilly as hell out there. Still -7 here. Do people go to the casino when it's cold like this? Yep. And I'm sure there was a lot of ticked off people last night because they closed down the restaurant, they closed down the table games, they closed down everything except the teller's windows and stuff early last night because of the weather. A cactus tree. I was warm up a bit so I could put the mutts out. We put wreaths on Gila monsters. That sounds like fun. I'd do it. chili sounds good. I made a big old pot of ham and beans last night, and I think the beans were old. No matter how I cooked them, I boiled them for over 6 hours. They didn't soften up at all. So I'm going to put them back on today and let them boil. And I'm going to pull the pork out and just make the wife a big old bowl of refried beans. She uh, she loves her refried beans. I've been laying in bed all morning with my picture right. Do y'all in the Midwest pull a Donner's party, or is that later? It all depends. It all depends. I mean, if Donner wants to throw a party, we'll get all the reindeer involved. You know, have reindeer games and stuff like that. Oh, you mean the other Donner party? No, no, we haven't had two yet. But, I mean, if we get snowed in and can't get up to the store, or it gets so bad that the store don't open, we may start by eating grandma. I mean, she's old, she's slow, mostly gristle, but still, you know, edible. Boil her long enough, she's soft. Do you know how to catch a Gila monster? You have to run faster than our grocery stores went out of meat, so hopefully Christmas Eve will be pizza time. Oh, God. Jay just called and said he's almost to work. Some roads are plowed and some aren't. Well, yep, I kind of figured that's probably how it was going to be. I'm going to taste like chicken, said nobody. Very true. Very true. Already leathered. Yeah, I mean, she's kind of sort of jerky by now. But I mean, if we cut the strips thin enough and just hang her in the oven on the lowest setting for about 9 hours, 10 hours, something like that, um, she'll dry out. We'll jerky grandma. That way it lasts longer. New series next year. Beat Iron Dog. Oh, that sounds like it could be fun. Beat Iron Dog. Is it going to be like a trivia type thing? Or are we just going to meet up and just beat the shit out of each other until somebody just can't do it no more? How's that work? How do we beat Iron Dog? No cooking show. It's where they take pinata sticks and beat. Okay, okay. You answered the question before I even asked it. Sounds fun. Sounds fun. See how many licks it takes to get to the Tootsie Roll center of your Tootsie Pop. You know, no matter how you say that, it just don't sound right. See how many hits with a stick it takes to make your candy spill out. There you go. Fortunately, we shot stock and stuff to last until Monday. We didn't have the funds to stock up. We got enough stuff to get through the holiday. It gets any worse and we can't get out of the house, or they can't get the stores open and stuff, then we might consider jerky and grandma. But right now we're doing good. I have a little bit of shopping left to do. Um, As a matter of fact, I'm supposed to go out with my friend a little bit later today and take care of the rest of the Toys for Tots and stuff. Um, I I actually couldn't Christmas shop for the family this year. Um, instead of collecting for myself, I collected for the Toys for Tot drive and stuff like that. So, yeah. I still have a lot of shopping to do, but I've still got a lot of fundraising to do. But next year, I'm not going to have that problem because the beard is still growing. You guys know last week I hooked up with Santa up in Alberta. He's gonna instruct me and show me. I've already asked him about the organization he belongs to. So um, by next Christmas time, I should be doing the full-time Santa gig, which pays really good. Let's put it that way. Pays really good. Got an animal in the garage right now. Gonna have to evict it. Honestly, we got about 6 months of food for survival stuff. It was a good sacrifice. It was a good sacrifice. You are absolutely correct. It's a pterodactyl in the garage. Or maybe just a big bird. No, I still talk to Santa that was our guest last Friday night on the live stream, and he told me where to go and register myself as a real beard Santa. I'm going to go on lose this coat, guys, because even at 40 degrees, which it is in here right now to keep the computer equipment good, um, it's warm in that coat. Wow. Drew asked Santa, stay away from questions like, Tommy, have you ever seen a grown man naked? I love that movie. I'm dressing as Santa tonight. Very cool. Very cool. I started to say you got a pretty good beard started there too, my friend. There is what they call Santa Claus University in Illinois. Um, it's a real college for Santa Clauses. Yes. Yes, I've heard of that. There's also a place, I think it's in northern Michigan, um, where you can go and, they put you through all the schooling to get your look just right, to get the sound just right, um, things like that. So, but there's a lot of things you can do online and via like Skype and stuff like that too, where you don't ever really have to leave your home until you get registered, get your name on there, and so. And like I said, the only place around here that uses a full-time Santa regularly is the mall in South Bend, Indiana, and their guy comes all the way up from southeastern Tennessee because there's no real beard Santas around here. So opens me up for all kinds of cool things. Is the dean's list both naughty and nice? Probably so. Probably so. So think about registering down here in Indiana for it because I've got a beard, and then I can do the beer to Santas. I don't know. How's KG gonna feel about you bleaching your hair and your beard? Because I bleached mine here a few years ago, and the wife hated it. But her cousin only done a single bleach job on it. I told her I was going to get it bleached again before next year. She said, hey, for $35 an hour to go out and do jobs 10 hours a day, I don't care if you bleach every hair on your body. Okay, if you say so. She wants to play. This is called. All right, dog. You take care of yourself, bud. You'll be coming down her chimney tonight. Santa baby, hurry down my chimney tonight. You take care, dog. If we don't see you tonight for the special stream that we're going to have, you have yourself a Merry Christmas, my friend. You and Kathy have the best of holidays. We'll catch you later. Hopefully before the new year. Y'all have a terrific Christmas. Got to put an elf hat on a skeleton. I'm looking so forward to tomorrow's video. You take care of yourself, bud. We'll holler at you later. Oh, goodness gracious sakes, man. I cannot believe, not heard from the wife yet, so she must not be having problems. But all the news reports that I seen this morning said that it was it was blowing and so white out through the rural areas that you couldn't see anything. I had one person tell me earlier they could see about a car length and a half in front of them. And that was about as far as they could see. Not as bad as it was in Iowa yesterday, where you couldn't even see an oncoming car going down the highway until it got about a half a car length from the front of your car. And that's when you could see their headlights break the whiteout condition. That's dangerous. Especially going down a highway where people always like to push it. Well, it's just cold here right now. We got snow. A little bit of snow. It's just icy and cold. I want to go to Florida. I want to go to Florida, but it's nice and warm. Oh, yeah. Well, depends on where you go in Florida. Northern Georgia is colder than a well digger's butt in cast iron underwear right now. So it just depends on where in Florida you want to go. I went out to open the door a little on the coop, but they're staying inside. Well, yeah, because they know that if they step outside, all their feathers are going to blow off. We opened up the door last night because little Tucker was out there by the back door. We opened up the door last night. Tucker walked up to that door frame and looked outside at that snow and turned around and just walked away with his nose up in the air. He don't want nothing to do with that outside stuff. Talking about around Daytona and Vero Beach. Be nice. Hey, Rusty. Good to see you, bud. Hope you're doing well. You got your you got your grandkids for the holiday there, Rusty? Christmas morning? Very cool. Very cool. Well, I was going to send them a message last night from Santa Claus, and well, needless to say, I didn't know if you had them or not. And as late as I thought about it, I wasn't going to message you last night and find out if you was going to have them or not. All right, let's see here.
Alright, I made it. Oh my god. Oof. What a fucking ride, man. The roads aren't bad, it's the fucking wind. Because you cannot see anything. There was parts where I had to stop for a minute just to gather myself because I could not see. I'm gonna tell you what, if it's horrendous, whenever I can get out of here, because if people don't show up to work, I have to stay here. So if it is horrendous, I am staying at Helen's. I'm not driving all the way to town. If it's gonna be, ungodly out, I am not. That's not gonna happen. Just a fucking backup plan in case.
I don't blame you one bit. No reason to risk it. She's just a couple of miles from the casino. It beats the hell out of a 15-mile trip through the country. I don't blame you. Just more meatloaf for me. That's what I'm making tonight. Fire going, getting my coffee. I've been sitting in here since 15 to 4 drinking fresh hot coffee. Good, strong, fresh hot coffee. Oh my goodness gracious sakers. I cannot wait for Christmas morning, y'all. Cannot wait for Christmas morning. Got up at 8, but my alarm went off at 7. Well, since we had the kittens in here overnight, and they like to go absolutely nuts when you close them in the bathroom, um, we just let all the cats stay out of the bathroom last night. And I woke up at 3:30. I like to say it was Ralphie that woke me up because he was laying beside me purring very loudly, but it was something else. It's almost like I could feel the barometric pressure falling, because when I got up, came in here and turned on everything, I could watch on my temperature rail, or my rail taskbar, my temperature, you could see it falling. When I got up, it was 7 degrees, and inside of 20 minutes, 25 minutes, it was -7 degrees. And then it just started bouncing back and forth between -5 and -7. So I don't know. I don't know if it was his purring and stuff that woke me up, or if I was actually. It just feels kind of weird that I woke up and got in here and turned on the computer and stuff just in time to start watching the temperature fall from what it had been all night long. So I got up around 8, saw the temperature for tonight and tomorrow, went outside, take a flat tire off the tractor. I can't work well when it's 18 out. Uh, Nobody works very well when it's 18 out. I don't blame you for that, my friend. I don't blame you one bit. Woohoo, it's all the way up to -6, -28 wind chill. Oh, it's the little things that excite us. I can't wait for summer. I I don't know. I've always enjoyed winter. Even when I was little, I have enjoyed um, being outside in the winter. And, you know, now that I'm an adult, I love wintertime. I love Christmas time. I love New Year's. I love watching people sledding down a hill or being on the inner tubes and stuff like that. I don't know. There's just something about wintertime that's just always lit me up. I mean, don't get me wrong. I miss being with my mom and dad 800 miles away. I miss being with my sister, my son. They're over 3 hours away. But there's just something about wintertime. I don't know what. It's something about Christmas time. I've just never really been able to beat that feeling. Electric is flickering on and off now. Psh, go figure. I'm really surprised as strong as our winds have been. We haven't flickered yet. It seems like I would love to have at least one day was cold like this, snow, and then after that, the stuff hit 80 in the mountains. Shit, boy. Too lucky. I hate wintertime because I have to drive in it. I yeah, I didn't even hate it then when I could drive. I'd like to get lit up at times when it's cold. Hey, that's why my father-in-law always carried a bottle of peppermint schnapps in his coveralls when he went out and cut wood. You always carry one of them little bottles of peppermint schnapps. It'll defrost you when you get cold. I guarantee it. Ashley just sent a video of their dog in the snow. I bet that is cute. Winter is okay. This below zero bullshit is not. But you wish you were still able to drive. There are times it would make getting around for things a lot easier if I could still drive instead of always having to look for a ride places. Oh man, cannot wait for tomorrow night. All that extra fun stuff we get to do on Christmas Eve, setting up the camera and, you know, being up there, sitting down in the bedroom doorway, filming the Christmas tree. This year we're actually going to have to do it from the couch because we got everything moved around in the living room and set up different now. So it'd be kind of cool to see how Santa utilizes this fake fireplace on the entertainment center. And of course, it wouldn't be cool if he tried to come through that way and got stuck behind the glass. But I mean, it's magic. I mean, I have faith that he can get through it. These dogs are annoying. But yep, whatever I shoot tomorrow night and air Sunday evening, that is going to be the end of our Christmas season. We're going to start looking at New Year's. And, well, tonight, Sarah, we have got a special live stream premiere. Well, it's not a live stream, it's a premiere um, of an old, I took an old 1949 E.G. Marshall copy of a CBS radio program for A Christmas Carol. And I built a video around that. So that's going to be the premiere tonight. No better way to start Christmas weekend than an old, early, well, mid 20th century radio version of A Christmas Carol. Of course, I threw in my own special effects and stuff like that. But it was fun to do nonetheless. Tomorrow night, much like I do every year, like I did on the old channel as well, I will have the camera and stuff set up to film Santa coming in, dropping off the presents. Of course, I will be right there chatting with him, and it's going to be fun. It usually is. And the way I always look at it, one more video out there that makes some little kid go, it's all worth it. Well, that's what it's going to be tonight, 7 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time. It is going to be CBS Mystery Radio Theater, A Christmas Carol with E.G. Marshall, Ebenezer Scrooge. So you got that to look forward to. And I agree. I love CBS Mystery Radio Theater. He does a good Scrooge anyway. They are not house dogs. No, Catahoula's usually are not. I mean, unless they've grown up in the house, and then they can still get a little rambunctious on occasion. I can't imagine what those two are like being in a house after being outside dogs. I bet they just do not know what to do. Oh, Rusty's getting Today in History fired up. All right. 1776, Continental Congress negotiates a war loan of $181,500 from France. 1779, Benedict Arnold court-martialed for improper conduct. 1783, U.S. General George Washington resigns his military commission as Commander-in-Chief of the Army to Congress. 1788, Maryland votes to cede a 10-square-mile area for District of Columbia. Hey, Justin, good to see you, bud. Hope you're doing well this morning and staying warm. They behave fairly well if I'm here, but if I leave for a minute, they try to destroy the place. They're active dogs. What can I say? 1793, Thomas Jefferson warns of slave revolts in the West Indies. 1823, Visit from St. Nicholas by C. Moore, published in Troy Sentinel. 1852, first Chinese theater in U.S., the Celestial John, opens in San Francisco. That's a fun word to say. Francisco. 1862, Union General Ben Beast Butler is proclaimed a felon, outlaw, and common enemy of mankind by Jefferson Davis. 1866, first yacht race across the Atlantic won by the schooner Henrietta, owned by Gordon Bennett of New York, first to reach Bishop Rock in the Scilly Isles after racing from New York. Scilly Isles. The Scilly Isles. I gotta go and make breakfast for my kids. Tell them to cook their own eggs. Better yet, just do what I do. Open up a box of Cheerios, pour a pile of it in the middle of the living room floor, turn on a cartoon. They'll stay busy for hours. Mr. Fishing feels like zero. Dude, our temperature is below zero right now. We're sitting at -5, wind chill -30. Hope you're doing good this morning, though, and staying toasty. 1907, first all-steel passenger railroad coach completed, Altoona, Pennsylvania. But all right, Sarah, if you got to go and tend to the youngins, you go tend to the youngins. Have a good day. Hopefully we'll see you tonight for the premiere. And if we don't, have a good Christmas with the kids. 1913, U.S. President Woodrow Wilson signs Federal Reserve Act into law. 1915, Jerome Kern and Schuyler Green's musical farce Very Good Eddie premieres at the Princess Theater, New York City, runs for 341 performances. 1919, first hospital ship built to move wounded naval personnel launched. 1919, Alice H. Parker patents gas heating furnace. 1921, gangster Carlo Gambino enters the United States as an illegal immigrant on the SS Vincenzo Florio. 1926, KEXAM in Portland, Oregon begins radio transmissions. 1928, NBC sets up a permanent coast-to-coast radio network. 1930, Betty Davis arrives in Hollywood under contract with Universal Studios. It is a good day to stay in, isn't it? I'm not going nowhere. I just sent the wife off to work. I actually played her message when she messaged talking about what it was like going to work. I'm not going nowhere. Carlo was the most powerful gangster in American history. 1930, Police Bureau of Criminal Alien Investigation started in New York City. Criminal Alien Investigation. So if they come down here and they start abducting people, then they get investigated. If they just come down here and plant flowers and stuff, they're fine. Yeah, exactly. E.T., phone your lawyer. That's exactly it. 1938, Margaret Hamilton's costume catches fire while filming The Wizard. Well, if it would have been The Wiz, somebody could put fire out. But it wasn't. You know, like they did Michael Jackson in that Pepsi commercial. 1943, Engelbert Humperdinck's Hansel and Gretel becomes first complete opera to be telecast. WGRB, Schenectady, New York. I've always wanted to go there, and I don't know why. I don't know anything about the history of Schenectady, but I like the name. 1946, highest ridership in New York City subway history, 8.8 million passengers. (1946) University of Tennessee refuses to play Duquesne University after they suggested they may use a black player in their basketball game. Wow. Schenectady is just north of Albany. Now, see, that's a very, very cool area right there. Albany was actually very detrimental in everything from the French and Indian War clear up through the Revolution. So, see, I knew there was a reason. It's not just the name. But tell me, honestly, Tell me Schenectady is not fun to say. 1947, transistor invented by John Bardeen, Walter H. Brattain, and William Shockley in Bell Labs. 1954, first human kidney transplant is performed by Dr. Joseph E. Murray at Peter Bent Brigham Hospital in Boston, Massachusetts. 1961, KICU, KICU, KICU TV, Channel 43 in Visalia, Fresno, California, begins broadcasting. In 1963, the Beach Boys' first appearance on Shindig. I miss an old Shindig. In 1968, first U.S. case of space motion sickness. Is that anything like space dementia? 1968, Frank Borman, Jim Lovell, and William Anders become first men to orbit the moon. And one of them obviously got space motion sickness. In 1970, New York City World Trade Center reaches highest point, 411 meters. In 1971, U.S. President Tricky Dick Nixon commutes remaining 8 years of Teamsters labor union leader Jimmy Hoffa's 13-year jail term for bribery and fraud. I guess it does always help to have friends in high places. Until they get upset with you and try and put you in low places. And then people spend the next 50 years looking for you. In 1975, U.S. Congress passes Metric Conversion Act. Hoffa might have been better off had Nixon not. Yeah, exactly. In 1982, United States Environmental Protection Agency announces it has identified dangerous levels of dioxin in the soil of Times Beach, Missouri. 1980, Reagan said, fucking metric shit. Well. 1987, Lynette Squeaky Fromm, serving a life sentence for attempted assassination of President Gerald Ford, escapes from Alderson Prison. Lynette Squeaky Fromm. Yep. 1990, comedy Lettuce and Lovage closes at Barrymore Theater in New York City after 284 performances. 1994, fearing arrest by the FBI, Whitey Bulger flees Boston and successfully hides from law enforcement for the next 16 years. Whitey Bulger. You know, I'm kind of glad that one there popped up in Today in History. Isn't it kind of funny that, back then we didn't have the technology that we have today. I mean, granted, we had pretty good technology in 94, but here's somebody who in 1994 was able to stay hidden for 16 years, not show up on a camera anywhere, name not show up anywhere. And here we are, 2024, and people who are wanted by the police, wanted by the FBI, they can literally disappear for decades and with active warrants for their arrest. All the cameras we have on ATM machines and stoplights and in buildings and everything, and they can still stay hidden. Now that either tells me A, no one is really paying much attention looking at those cameras, or B, it's not as secure of a place to live as a lot of us think it is. 1997, As Good as It Gets, film released, written and directed by James L. Brooks, starring Jack Nicholson and Helen Hunt. 1997, Terry Nichols found guilty of manslaughter in Oklahoma bombing. 1997, U.S. Agriculture Department estimates it cost $149,820 to raise a child to 18. And that's all. Good job, Rusty. Man, that 1997. Nothing significant has happened since 1997. Wow. Very cool. There was pretty interesting stuff there. Now, my question is Whitey Bulger, is he any relation to Ray Bulger? Good morning, Burnaby. Hope you're doing good this morning. Hope you're staying nice and warm and toasty wherever you're at. Because most of us up here in my area is literally freezing our gazungas off. Well, the ones that actually care about the cold. It's cold out. I'll be the first to admit it. But if I had to walk somewhere today, I'd do it. Merry Christmas to you too, my friend. Merry Christmas to you too. Happiest of holidays to you and yours. Of course, we'll be on one more time before Christmas. We will be on tonight, 7 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time, for our last video before Christmas. It will be a 1949 E.G. Marshall CBS Radio Theater version of A Christmas Carol. Plus my own little additions and stuff to make the video interesting. Battery's failing. All right, Rusty, you take care of yourself, man. If we see you tonight, cool. If not, much love, brother. Have a great Christmas with the grandbabies. We'll catch you later. Go on and get on the charger, though, Rusty, because I need to get a hold of you here in a few minutes and ask you something. So Well, not a few minutes. It'll be half hour, 40 minutes, something like that. Gotta go out the back door for more wood. All right, Jan, sounds good. Don't freeze into a little Jan sickle while you're out there. 26. 26. Uh, our temperature's not moved anymore. We are at minus 5 degrees, wind chill minus 30. Well, let me look real quick to be sure on that, because the wind has picked up a little bit. Let me see here. Nope, nope, staying right about there. Minus 5. Um, wind chill. Well, wind chill right now minus 26. Burr. I'm so glad we brought them kittens in last night. And what really gets me, it was the wife's suggestion. Because I've been telling her, if it's going to get as cold as they say it's going to get, those kittens will not survive. And she messaged me yesterday and said, go on and bring both kittens in the house. They can stay in until temps go back up, until this storm passes. So I was really shocked, but she wanted them in the house. She got them in the house. Oh yeah, oh yeah. She's got a warm heart. She's not going to let them kittens. I mean, if we could go over in the neighbor's garage and steal that new litter out of the garage, um, we'd bring them in too. But that garage is massive. It's full of automobiles and automobile parts, and there's no way we'd ever find that litter of kittens. But they're probably only 3 weeks old, 4 weeks old at the max. Um, I doubt. I doubt they're going to make it. Temperatures like this, I doubt it. It breaks my heart that people have animals and they don't take care of them and they just let them keep breeding and breeding and breeding and breeding and take no responsibility for their actions. I'd steal the mama and get her fixed. Well, I'll tell you what, if she's still around when you guys come up next year, take her. Take her. Because I really honestly think, and I hate to say it, because they're a pain in the butt, but I got a feeling we have 4 house cats now. We were sitting on the couch or sitting down in the living room last night watching a couple different Christmas shows, and all she was doing was laughing at them kittens wrestling around on the floor together. Good morning, Paul. Good to see you, bud. Hope you're doing well. Staying warm and toasty. I got most of the heaters going. Ours is doing real good, working overtime right now, keeping the house warm. Yeah, we saw that, Jan. Morning Pale. Goodness gracious. Whew. House is nice and toasty. Everything is nice and toasty outside of this room except our bedroom. But y'all know how my crazy wife is. Windows open, fans on. I'm laying in bed, shaking and shivering like somebody just stuck a block of ice in my butt crack. She's laying there in a tank top and a pair of pajama pants on top of the covers. Midlife sucks for poor women. I don't know how y'all do it. For once, I haven't done that. Well, I got my window in here opened halfway, and I got the fan on low only to keep the electronics cool. You know, that's how I can sit here in wool and cotton muslin and stuff like that and not sweat to death. Now, if I uncovered the air vent, it'd be 70 degrees in here regardless of whether or not that window's open. Me and the Mrs. I like it comfortable. I mean, 50 degrees, 50 degrees, I can comfortably sleep. But I'm a night sweater anyway, so it don't really matter. You put any kind of cover on my upper half, and it's almost a guarantee that regardless of what the room temperature is, I'm going to wake up soaked in the morning. Now, when I broke that fever the other night, man, I'll tell you all what. I didn't go to sleep with a fever, but sometime during the night when I was getting over that thing after the 24 hours I had it, I apparently really built up a fever and then broke it. And I mean, it literally, my shirt, the sheath, the pillow, everything literally felt like somebody came in and poured a glass of water on the bed. I mean, it was drenched. So I was real happy about breaking that sweat because I didn't like feeling that. I didn't like feeling that sick at all. Yeah, that's possible, Tony. Menopause, mental pause, whatever the case may be. Good morning, KG. I hope you're doing good down there, my little snow bunny. I can't wait for KG's next video. Her outside in the snow building a snowman. That's going to be fun. Snow in Kentucky. If my mom and dad knew anything about technology, I'd have my dad film my mom down there playing in the snow in Tennessee. Then I'd stick it on a video somewhere. Her 80-year-old butt down there rolling around on the ground playing in the snow. It's colder than a well dinger's butt. A well dinger's butt? Well, what the hell's a well dinger? Man, we only got 4 minutes to go. How about that? Still -6 and 26. Yep, go figure. I think that's pretty much in the area it's going to stay in, Tony. Pretty sure that's the area it's going to stay in. Let me check here one more time before the... Yep, still at -26. Oh, -7 though. We just dropped another degree. -7, -26 wind chill. Kind of waiting for -5. Put the dogs out. I don't know why, but at -5 degrees, I think I could probably see your dogs pulling a Fred Flintstone on you. You put them out, and they turn right around and open the door, come back in, and throw you out in the snow. They've been in -5 before, yeah, but that don't mean they liked it. That you probably put them out there at -5, and they sit out there trying to crunch the frozen pea stream off their tallywhacker and curse your name, curse the day you were born, the whole shebang. I mean, I'm sure it wouldn't feel all that good, but I could almost guarantee it would be funnier than all get out to watch them hike their leg on something and the pea stream freeze them to a pole or something like that. Oh, I know you take care of your doggies. I know you do. You rely on them. Nothing beats an insulated doghouse, so that's for sure. But all right, guys and gals, it is that time. It is time for me to be like a fat elf and squeeze out of here. It's time for me to be like a pine tree. And what do pine trees do? I don't know. It's time for me to be like a bunch of caribou and get the herd out of here. There's just no Christmas references that go with all this stuff, guys. But don't forget, tonight, 7 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time, we are going to be here with a special holiday premiere. And that's going to be it until Christmas night. So have a great day. See you tonight. Sounds good. Good day, y'all. I ain't here tonight. Merry Christmas. Well, if you're not, Merry Christmas to you too, my friend. I hope you and the wife enjoy it. Hopefully, it'll be your last one. In Illinois, next year you'll be celebrating Christmas at the homestead. Um, everyone have a good day. Stay warm. Much love. Same to you, KG. Everybody else, take care. Stay warm. Stay healthy. But most of all, stay in the Christmas spirit. We'll catch y'all tonight. Have a good day, guys.